What up, y'all? How y'all doing this morning? It's old Cliff, Sunday morning. Man, listen, I got some serious talk this morning. Just something been on my mind, and it's it's basically a way. It's a another reason that men end up going back to prison, and also I hope it's kind of educational. Maybe somebody that's going through it or something, maybe they can get something out of it, because it's a messed up deal. But and before I start, I want to say, listen, man, I'm only talking about a small percentage of people women. I'm not direct, you know what I mean? Like I'm not directing this at anybody. I'm just talking about something, okay? Um, but anyway, yeah, I have experienced it, so I am going to talk on it, and because it almost happened to me. I was that close. But men that get out and they get hooked up, first thing you want to do when you get out is get with a woman. That's natural, and when you've been locked up for a while and you get with a girl, and if you really like her, like, you're so vulnerable to fall in love, man. Like, just because your life's been empty for years, and you've been in prison, and you wanting that affection, you wanting somebody, you don't want to have to deal with all that game and bullshit anymore. Like, you want to live in peace with a, and like have a family, all that, But just gonna be honest, man. Just like there's narcissistic men out there, there's narcissistic women out there. I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to the opposite way. All I can do is speak on it my way, y'all. And like I said, I don't mean this toward anybody personally. I'm just speaking about it. But relationships, man, and stuff is a number. It's one of the top reasons why men go back to prison. Because, see, here's the thing, and this has happened to me. A woman can go down to this courthouse down here and say, hey, my boyfriend said he was going to kill me and my kids, and I'm scared. Without asking any questions, without doing any investigation, without anything, they'll sit down and draw them damn arrest papers up and them restraining order papers up just because she said this. Now, they have no idea that y'all been arguing and on and off for 2 weeks straight, and that y'all been together for a couple of years. They don't even care about none of that. All they care about is, oh, this woman said you said that. All right, well then let's have you arrested then, buddy. I mean, seriously, like that is one of the biggest shams ever. They should have some kind of unit where they have like a 3-person panel, to where anytime somebody comes in wanting a restraining order, and it's domestic like that, they should check it out. At least go out the next day and get the other side of the story, But they don't do that. They just automatically fill out the arrest papers and the restraining orders, and then next thing you know, you can't see your kid, you can't call, you can't do nothing. If you do, you go to jail. But check this. The woman can call you. She can even still come over there and see you intimately. But she'll let you know that, hey, just because I'm coming over here don't mean that you can still come by my house unannounced. Just because I'm coming over here and being with you don't mean that you can just call me whenever you want. I got the control. We'll do this when I want to. And if you want more, I'm sorry. And if you get stupid or something, or if you text me too many times about wanting to have more, then I'll call them and tell them that you're texting me, and I'll have you put in jail. That's the way it goes, man. And so many men um, I mean, man, when you're in love, man, Big Bob, the guy that taught me how to book bets, taught me a lot about this stuff, man. When you're in love like that, man, like it's hard to not try to do everything. Like if you're going through a rough patch and you really want it to work, like you'll take that chance, man, because you like at the time your heart's hurting and you wanna make that work. So to you, like you think, all right, I believe if I call, I can, keep them from, I can talk to them and keep them from, calling and having me arrested. And then you call and talk to them, and they talk all cool and stuff. But then guess what they do when you hang up the phone? After they just sat there and was all cool with you. Call them folks, tell them, oh yeah, And then guess what? Now you've done violated your parole, and you got a new case on you. It's a misdemeanor case, but still though, you back behind prison walls. It's crazy, man. Like, I didn't know anything about narcissism until I had to go through some stuff, and that's one reason. I know y'all people always ask on here, man, why ain't you got a girlfriend? I'm just gonna be honest with y'all right now. Y'all, my divorce was so one-sided, and like I got literally hammered, y'all. Anyway, yeah, I got hammered so hard that it just completely turned my heart cold against women. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Then I met this girl down at the gas station, man, and thought she was cool, things were going good. My kid it was all good, man. Everything was good. And guess who wanted to take over all the talking because see, I was letting the girl I was dating, like, help me pick up my child, so next thing you know, she wants to take over all the talking between my girlfriend and them about cut me out, basically. And I'm sitting there thinking, I can't even call y'all, but you want to do all the speaking with my girlfriend, like, so I went along with it to keep things cool, y'all, I sacrificed so much stuff just to, never mind, I ain't gonna go there. Let me take that back. Anyway, so anyway, I was dating this girl, man, and things was going good, and there was some things about it I didn't like, like I said, like the communication and stuff. But to keep cool, I was just, all right, I'll roll with it. And then after I just came off of all that, going through all that stuff, where I ain't gonna lie, it hurt me, man. I thought I knew somebody, man. And then when you find out that you really don't know somebody, I'm gonna tell you, man, that shocks you, man. Like it makes you question everything you ever done. Like, I mean, seriously, like you thought your life was planned. Like this is it. This is how it's gonna go. And then you find out a year later that you never even meant nothing from the get-go. Like you was just a pawn, man. Like you was just a pawn in this little game that's being played. And yeah, you're the first one chopped out, buddy, and sorry, I know you got a lot invested, but yeah, that wasn't meant to happen. You was just supposed to be a head on the chopping block. But didn't realize you was a good guy and you was gonna do all this extra stuff for us. But anyway, sorry, man. Have a good life, you know. And that's and a lot of men cannot. It's tough, man. It's tough to take that, especially when you've done had children with somebody and stuff. Like, you know, a man. You know, you always hear, man shows up at woman's house, domestic violence. Y'all know that man. Don't get me wrong. I know there's some dudes that do stuff to women, and I hate that. Okay, I don't do that. I don't hit women. It's just not my thing. But there's a lot of dudes that's just went over there to hope and pray that I can talk some sense into her and maybe get my relationship back. And then the next thing you know, she calls the cops, and you know, news headline: man shows up at woman's house, domestic violence. You know, so now you're the big bad boogie monster. When in reality, all you was wanting to do was go over there and try to talk to your ex, or and try to work. And you know what I mean? Like you had good intentions and a good heart and stuff, but it gets flipped around in the public to where you're the monster. See, and that's how they control the narrative. See, when you're in the public and you can say, "Oh, look at me, I'm so perfect. I don't do anything." He's the crazy one. Look, I had to get restraining orders on him. Like, he's nuts, But I'm still, I can't tell y'all, but I'm still seeing him on the side. Go to work every day and tell people, how sorry a man is and things like this, and how I've got him in court and he won't leave us alone, and he's threatening us. But you're seeing him. But you're going and seeing him intimately, like and then they do this thing at the end. If you go read about narcissists, and then at the end they got what they call the ghost, where they ghost you, and that's what messes your mind up. Like, you think you know somebody, and they just ghost you, man. Like, they'll stop talking to you on a dime. They'll be telling you one day they love you, and the next day they'll just stop on a dime and won't even speak to you. Might be 3 months before you ever hear from them again. And the whole time you're just sitting there, and they know this, and they do it on purpose, see, because they know that it's going to mess with your head. And you're sitting there trying to figure out, like, what's going on. And so a lot of men will text, they'll call, or they'll go and try to talk to them, And then that's when it can be said, "Oh, I hear he's over here trying to threaten me." And then when you got a felony on your record, I'm gonna tell you, when the law comes up at a domestic call, if a woman calls the law and they show up and you a convicted felon, and she says you did something, your ass going to jail. I can promise you. I can promise you that you will not win that battle. You will be in cuffs. It's just the way it is. I'm just being straight up, because I've been there. But just a suggestion, because I didn't do it. I came out of prison. I was just wanting to go wide open, and I was so blinded by looks and body and stuff like that I didn't get to know a person's soul and their heart. You know what I mean? Like, I was just so caught up so much in the lust part of it that I didn't look inside of them. Because if I had, I would have seen that they were broken, But I didn't. I put blinders on, and I just wanted to be one big happy family, And you get into it, and then you realize you ain't never gonna have one big happy family, because they're never gonna have one big happy family, because they can't be happy. It's just, but just some suggestions for men that come out of prison. Like, when you get into relationships, new ones, try to go through seasons of life with these people before you have children and marry them and things like that. Like, go through times when they're up, when they got money and they're doing good. Go through times with them when they're down and ain't got no money. Cause see, people change when they ain't got. Go through them when they're happy or whatever and stuff. Go through them when they're sad. Go through all seasons of life with them. Because people change just like the seasons change. You know what I mean? So if you're with somebody and you go through a bunch of stuff and they pretty much remain the same person through all of it, then yeah. But if they ever flip flop on you, like if you ask somebody, if you're in a relationship with somebody or get in a relationship and you ask somebody like you open up to them. And I'll tell you another thing, if you come out of prison and get in a relationship, don't tell a woman everything that you've done in your past, because they'll end up using it against you later, for real. Like, just don't tell everything. Like, I made that mistake, man. I thought that it was going to be forever. I told everything I ever done, and then next thing you know, I'm sitting in court with it being used against me. So yeah, don't tell everything you done. Just I'm sorry about the light, y'all. The damn sun just kicked in. But yeah, get to know somebody, man. Spend some time with them and see, because I read in a psychology book that the human being can only keep up a lie 3 to 4 months, 90 to 120 days, and then the real person will show up. Like, you meet somebody and you know how it's all good for the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it goes to shit. Like you find out something about them, they find out something about you, blah blah blah. But it started out, it was great, and then it just goes to. So yeah, get to know folks, man, and spend time with them. Pay attention, listen to them, because people will tell you, especially if they're a narcissist, they'll tell you what they're going to do through like secret method. Like, they'll tell you something, they'll project that, like they'll accuse you of the exact, like, if you know for a fact you ain't been out cheating, if you know in your heart that you ain't been out cheating, and a woman comes home and she starts accusing you of cheating, she's cheating. I'm just being the same way with a man. If a woman knows she ain't out been cheating, if she knows she's been faithful to her man, and a man comes home, starts hollering about cheating, 9 times out of 10 he's cheating, or vice versa. And that's what they do. They project it onto you because they feel guilty about doing it themselves. But these are all things, though, that'll get a man wrapped up and sent back, because the courts are always going to take a woman's side. They're never going to take a felon's side, a man's side in a situation like that. And especially, what they put in that report, when the cop goes over there and asks them what was done, what was said, and and you done gone, or you're not there, you're at home or something, whatever they write down and whatever they add into it, whether it be true or not, that's what the record's going to be when you go to court, and you got to defend yourself against that. So I'm just saying, like, man, I hate to see guys get caught up in the game, because women love, they love playing games, man. Certain, not all women. There's a lot of good women, y'all, and I'm not talking about all women. I'm just saying you gotta be careful, man, because some people just play games for a living. Like, it's in their DNA, it's in their nature. They that's all they know is drama and playing games, and and you don't want to get caught up in that, because like I said, man, they'll send you back to prison for that. And then the girl that you was, trying to fight for, trying to hold on to, and trying to show her that you love her and all that, now she's done had you put in jail, you back in prison, and then now she done got another boyfriend, and you ain't even a second thought, bro. Like, I mean, so is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to say, is like, is it really worth it? I mean, yeah, I know we feel love for these girls or whatever, but the thing is it worth going to prison for? Because all they got to do is go say you did something, bro, and they're gonna put you back in there. I mean, that's just bottom line, whether it's true or not. It could be a total lie. She can go down there and lie and write down a whole fabricated story, and that's going to be the record. And then, if it says that you said some messed up stuff and you already got some violence in your past jacket, oh, you're done, man. So and a woman will tell you, listen, if you start dating a woman and she starts telling you about her past relationships, and every relationship she was in, it ended badly, and it was always the guy's fault, go on, get out of there, bro. Same way with women. I mean, when one person says that, they've been in 6 relationships, and all 6 of them, it was the other person that did them wrong. I mean, what are the odds that, 6 people do you wrong? The odds are probably that you are the problem, not the 6 people. But anyway, I've just seen a lot of men that's get out of prison, and these females can get them messed up, and like I said, I'm not meaning this toward all women. I'm just trying to educate. If somebody listens, somebody's getting out of prison or got a loved one in prison or something, just be careful when you get out, when you start dating and stuff, because it's easy to get caught up in, like I said, man, all it takes is one call, a restraining order, and you're going right back. So, yeah, man, I hope nobody has to go through that. But listen, it's real and it happens, and I've seen a lot of dudes, because they love these women and stuff, and then they want to fight for their relationship or whatever, but they don't realize that they're fighting, they're just pissing in the wind, like it's a game, and you're getting sucked into it, like, and you don't realize it. I mean, it's not your fault, like, I mean, or like, you just get pulled into something that you don't even realize what it is until later on. You're like, damn, so it's you just gotta listen, pay attention to the red flags. Let me just say that goes for men and women both. When you get in a relationship, I'm just gonna call it, I've damn near quit dating because of it. The first red flag you see, if you've been in a relationship 2 or 3 times or something, and you've been burnt, or you've been through a divorce and custody and all that, and you've got just smoked in it, and then you start back trying to date, the first red flag that in your heart is a red flag, get the fuck out of there. Excuse my language, but run as fast as you can. Because man, listen, how I've ignored red flags my whole life, up until recently, the last couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, I would just pretend like it wasn't there. Let me tell you something. The red flags are there for a reason. And I suggest anybody getting out of prison that's gonna start dating women and getting a relationship, get you a psychology book about narcissism and stuff, and just read it. Just so you'll know Because, see, a lot of people don't know the signs. They don't know what to look for. They don't even, like me, I didn't even know until it was all over with that I was just a pawn the whole time. You know, I had to go read a book after the fact. And then I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is... Now, because I never knew. I was always like, what? I was like, what is going on? You know, like, what? And then one day, like I said, I'm reading a book, and I'm like, God dang, this is it. Now I know why. You know. So, look, fellas, I wish all y'all the best for real. And ladies, I ain't trying to knock everybody. I'm just saying, stuff does happen, and there are people out there like that. Not everybody, no, but there are some, and there's men that way too. I'm not just, you know, but like I said, I'm hoping this is halfway educational. That just be watchful, man. Relationships can get you sent back just as quick as selling dope and everything else. Because listen, all it takes is one call from her that he cussed me out and said he's gonna kill me. They coming to get you, brother. That's it. You know. And they gonna believe her in court, and then you'll have to prove that you didn't say it. You know. So, and then if they drag up some old text message from when you did say it and didn't mean it, or said it in an argument, and y'all didn't forgive each other for it, but then they find that old text and say, look, see, you done said it to me once. Now you double duck, boom, duck shoot, baby. Was Duck Hunt from Nintendo? Yeah, you double whammy. But man, all right then, y'all. Hey, I hope somebody can get something from this video, and I hope nobody has to go to jail for domestic and all that, man. I know that there's people out there that you gotta have, you know, laws for and stuff, but you know, I think that if somebody just walks in and says that's going through a divorce with somebody, and they say, oh, I want to file a report on him, he said this to me, I don't think they should just go and arrest you off of that person's word. I think they should investigate it, at least get the other side of the story, and then see if it makes sense, you know. But unfortunately, that's not how it works, and until it does, you know, guys just gonna have to be careful, you know, because like I said, a relationship will get you sent back quicker than drugs or anything else. So, all right, y'all have a good Sunday. Hope y'all's team wins, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.